Hey everybody, it's Ron from Pick Dawgz, and this is Ron's Big Shot Breakdown. We're going to go over 4 college basketball games for Monday, January 29th, 2024. If you like what you see, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to put your college basketball picks in the comments section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, including my college basketball bank shop best bet, you can find those at the premium picks tab at pickdawgz.com. There's also a link in the description. Alrighty, let's get into it. Here are the games for Monday's card in college hoops. First up, we see Duke and Virginia Tech. This one's going to be a 7 p.m. Eastern start time. It's going to be on ESPN. Got to start by saying I don't love this Monday card in college basketball. I'm going to be treading lightly personally. I just don't see a lot of value on the board, but we do have a couple of headliner games in some Power 5 conferences with this ACC matchup, as well as the Houston and Texas game later on. But in this game, while it's not easy taking teams on the road in conferences like this, and especially it's not easy beating the Hokies at home, I like Duke in this matchup. Duke, as of late, hasn't been the best. We saw them lose outright to Pittsburgh. They played Louisville, doesn't really tell us much there. And they only beat Clemson by 1 at home. But I still think Duke is the much better team here. To me, the Hokies have been really underwhelming. I thought returning, a lot of their, big players from last year, Sean Pagula and Hunter Couture, included. I thought this was going to be a really nice season for the Hokies, and while they're 13-7 and 5-4 in conference play, like I said, I just think they've been underwhelming. They're on a 3-game win streak, but they beat NC State, Boston College, and Georgia Tech along the way. To me, none of those are really contenders in the ACC. I don't love this Hokies defense. Shot quality-wise, I think they're giving up a lot of good looks, especially from three-point range. I think Duke's going to have a big day from the perimeter. This is a team that has like 5+ guys that are 37+% from the three-point line. Even Filipowski's at 38% himself. So I think Duke has a big day offensively. I think the Duke defense is honestly underrated right now, and I like the fact that they take care of the defensive glass. They don't take too many fouls. I think fundamentally Duke is the much stronger team. So I'm going to go with Duke here on the road. Like I said, not easy winning games on the road in this conference, but Duke already has 3 true road wins in ACC play. So give me Duke in this one. Next up, we see Boston University and Holy Cross. This one's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern as well. This game's going to be on CBS Sports Network. I think Boston U is the better team in this matchup, but they've had some problems against Holy Cross in recent seasons. We saw last year, not a great Holy Cross team, but they swept the season series against Boston U, and I believe they split the season series a couple of years ago. Again, wasn't a great Holy Cross team. Last year's team was ranked 342nd in KenPom. The year before it was 349. This season, they're in the 350s. But I think Holy Cross honestly has the better offense in this game. They're a pretty good three-point shooting team. I don't like backing bad offenses on the road. Boston used 339th in adjusted offensive efficiency. They're not a good shooting team. They turn the ball over too many times. While they're a really good defensive rebounding team, they're not a very good offensive rebounding team. So I don't expect many second chance looks in this game for the Terriers. And I think in a pretty ugly game, Holy Cross, I think, wins the game outright. I think there's value with the Crusaders at home with how much success they've had against Boston U. Give me Holy Cross on the money line plus money, but I'll take the points as well. Next up, we see Houston and Texas. This one's going to be 9 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be on ESPN. I talked about the other game, the ACC, the Duke-Virginia Tech matchup, that it's never easy going out on the road in these conferences and winning games, especially laying points as a favorite like Houston is here. But I like Houston in this matchup. It was really impressive for me to see this team go on the road at BYU, win that game, cover the number. That's a very good BYU team, and they have a very strong home court advantage, especially their first year in the Big 12. So I was impressed with Houston. Other than that, we know this team's been dominant. They're 18-2 this year, 5-2 in conference play, coming off another double-digit win over Kansas State in their last game. The defense is exactly where it needs to be. This is the last 4 games, the points given up. 52, 68 against BYU, but then 42 against UCF, 54 against Texas Tech. The defense is in great form. It's number 1 in the country in adjusted defensive efficiency. On the other side, I think Houston's offense honestly has a big day here. This is not a very good Texas defensive rebounding team. They're ranked right around 185 in the country. I think Houston, a top 5 offensive rebounding team, should get a lot of second chance looks, but also some fast break buckets for the Cougars, as Texas has not done a great job of taking care of the basketball. They're right around 200th in turnover percentage offensively. Houston's defense, very aggressive. They forced the 3rd most turnovers in terms of percentage, 26.1% of their defensive possessions end in a forced turnover. I think Houston has a big day in the fast break. And I've mentioned, I think Texas has been overrated this season. Shot quality-wise, I don't think this team is where it needs to be. While they've been more, competitive as of late, winning 2 of 3 games against Baylor and Oklahoma, I don't like them in this matchup against Houston. So give me Houston on the road. I'm going to lay the points. And the final game we're talking about for the Monday card in college basketball, it's going to be Alcorn State and Bethune-Cookman. This one, 9 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be on ESPN2. We took Alcorn State against Prairie View A&M as our bank shop best bet on January 22nd. That was a 12-point win for the Braves. We took them again on Saturday against Florida A&M on the bank shop breakdown. Another 9-point win for Alcorn State. I like them in this match. I'm going to keep rolling here with Alcorn State. They're in good form, playing their best basketball this season, in my opinion. I'm not going to let the records fool me in this one, as Bethune-Cookman picked up a lot of weak non-conference wins, a couple against subdivision teams and some weaker teams in Division I. And Alcorn is much more battle-tested. This is an Alcorn State team that played the 4th toughest non-conference schedule in Division I college basketball. Bethune-Cookman at 236. So I think Alcorn State, despite the much worse record on paper, I think they're the better team here. Now, fundamentally, these are pretty similar teams. They're both pretty good on the offensive glass. They both force turnovers. But I think Alcorn State, the better shooting team. I think they create better shots offensively. And like I said, they're in great form right now. The offense is rolling, scoring 90 and 76 in the last 2 games. One of those on the road. Give me Alcorn in this one. They haven't failed me yet. I'm going to go back with them in this spot. And that's it. Those are the games for Monday in college basketball. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. But don't forget to put your college basketball picks in the comments section below. Again, if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pick Dawgz Premium. As always, this is Romanelli. Good luck.